All right. So it's another cold, kind of grayish day today. It's not supposed to happen. We're a week into May at this point, but I got a day off. I got nothing else to do. So I figured I'd maybe do some educational entertainment today. I have a case that I found in the cellar that was like 2 years past date. It's a Surly variety pack, Surly Selects, that is no longer in production. There's a beer in here that hasn't been in production in a while. And all the dates on the cans, the Best By dates. This is Best By 4/11/24, so we're over 2 years past on this Controlled Chaos. The date on the bottom of this is 4/6, Best By 4/6/24, so over 2 years past on that. This Logic Bomb is 3/29/24, so that's the oldest one so far. And then this one is 5/3/24, so this is also 2 years past as of this week. So the important thing is like that's the Best By date, and that's the date the manufacturer puts on it. Beer doesn't go bad though. It'll change if it's in a bottle and it's exposed to light. It will change. It will skunk out. If it is exposed to oxygen, but these aren't usually problems we find with cans. So usually with cans, it'll change, but heat and light and oxygen are enemies of beer. But if you don't do those things, it can be enjoyable for a little bit longer. So history-wise, beer, two pretty simple things that some people know and some people don't. It's just that, like over 1,000 years ago, monks made beer. They were the first ones to do it, according to some history. I don't know how they would know that, but yeah. So monks made beer, and it was because the water would get you sick. Yeah, they, brewed water, add grains, whatever, and the beer would not get you sick. So, the other thing that they found out at some point in time is that there was the British would send beer to India for their troops. And they added a bunch of extra hops, and apparently extra hops helped keep that beer longer. So it would stand to reason that some of these beers with the extra hops would last longer because of that. But anyway, that's just a little bit of info. Let's find out, really, how well these beers hold up. So the newest, we'll start with the one that was out of date first. This Logic Bomb. This is also probably the least hop one because this is just a juicy pale. Still holds up pretty decent in the glass. Not quite a lot of head retention in this though. That's one thing you're gonna notice about some of the older beers is that they're just not gonna fizz up as much. Flavor wise, it shouldn't be far off, but we'll find out because this is a beer Shirley doesn't even make anymore. This is out of production, but anyway, let's find out. Okay, so some of that hop characteristic that was kind of bitey when this was first brewed 2 years in is it's kind of died down. This is, it's really muted. So it's changed. It's not unenjoyable though. In fact, I might like it a little bit better. I also wouldn't say. I'd still say it's probably about as juicy as it was. It just have that fruit taste. But yeah, the hop characteristics, the bitiness, the pininess is way more subtle. It's fairly enjoyable. So, next we're going to go with Controlled Chaos IPA here. And this one had a date of my birthday 2 years ago, 4/11. And again, this is another one where there's not a lot of head retention. Color looks still pretty good. See, this one had more hop in it to start than the Logic Bomb, and I find that it holds that characteristic pretty well. It's a little thinner, a little muted, but the characteristics of the hops are still really there. So next we're going to go to One Man Mosh Pit. And this is the Hazy IPA, April 6, 24. It's two years back there. Again, head retention, like I said, you're not going to get the same amount of fizz. Also with this one, appearance-wise, so this one is like I said, a hazy IPA. The appearance on this it's a lot thinner because you don't get as much of that haze. I mean, it's a little cloudy, but not like it is or usually, supposed to be. You're going to get that because a lot of those oils in that hops, they're just going to die down. I mean, there's not going to be as prevalent. So, but this one's still, I mean, so the Control Cast is a more piney kind of, I can't remember if that's a West Coast IPA or not. And I should know that, but that one it's more, yeah, it is a West Coast. Yeah, that's what I thought. And that's the way it drinks, too. It's a more piney, kind of crisp hop. This should be like a little more tropical fruit type, the hazy IPA. All right. That's actually really good. Subtly muted ain't bad on that. I mean, and it is still like maybe a little fruit forward. So the final we're gonna do, and I always, if I'm gonna do a tasting with the beer in it, I always keep it last because this one is just a really aggressive beer overall. Furious is just super awesome flavor, great beer. This one has a ton of hop in it, and you'll notice that the head retention, I mean, there is a little bit there. I mean, there was more head on this one when I poured it. The color stayed that nice amber, that red color that Furious is supposed to be. And this one is, people love this beer for a reason. Let's see how well it holds up 2 years in. So again, the hops are what's going to be muted first. I mean, the hop is way more subtle, but that allows some of the malt to come forward on this because Furious has a pretty big malt bill as well. So super good. But anyway, I guess the information is that don't worry about a beer that's a little bit past the date. They don't go bad. So anyway, have a good Wednesday.